what is nice, because it's so large, it's really easy to get a hold of this thing to do a launch. The problem I've seen of a lot of these things is they're really small and it's really hard to hold these and do a launch. Let's do a launch. It's got that sound going, and whooshka. Well, here are the bad guys, and it's the pigs. And I suppose they're Star Wars characters. Maybe you know their names. They look pretty good. They're pretty big. What's a crown one, man? Is that a Angry Birds thing or a Star Wars thing? And that on the end is Darth Vader. Well, if this thing fails at a game, I dare say, can you give it to your dog as a puppy toy? Because they got squeakies. And I know the squeakies really annoy some people. Well, here are the good guys, and that's the Angry Birds. I suppose you got Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Chewbacca, and C-3PO. I dare say you're wondering, do they squeak? Yes, they do. Well, here's a look at the red bird, which is Luke Skywalker. It's pretty roughly painted. I suppose that's part of the hallmarks of dark side stuff. You know, a bit of paint. You see on the beak there, it's just rough and ready. And let's take a look at C-3PO. Quite a strange shape. I suppose the one which I feel is missing is R2-D2. There's a bit of tail feather action there. Very strange indeed. And I better show you Chewbacca. People say, oh, you didn't show Chewbacca properly. He's like a little fur ball. There's little bags around his utility belt. Did Chewie have a belt? I can't remember. Well, that X-Wing launcher, as big as and impressive as that looks, nice. But the problem is that there's not many places where you can put them on this wondrous set. And it's a little bit like Kaplunk putting these guys on. Like I said, it's teetering to fall over. I suppose let's fire something at this and see what mess we can make. Okay, I'm loaded up with Chewbacca in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that's a strike. Well, there's Chewie over there, the at the top of. Whooshka. Well, here are the strange artwork all over the box. When you read stuff like that, you'll know you're playing with the dark side. On the back of the packaging is a show and tell of how to operate this toy. I suppose all children know how to operate a slingshot, except those where I live, because they are illegal. And there's all the artwork on the back of this packaging. And this toy cost me $10. Well, let's give these birds a little bit of a spin so you can see what we have in the set. These are soft and rubbery, sort of like doggy toys, but they're so small that if you gave it to your dog's going to choke on them. Nevertheless, they are what they are. And remembering this is a knockoff toy, this is not the real McCoy. And I think this is the sad part of what we call the runaway copyright breaches that are going on with Angry Birds. And to make this really, really special, there's the hidden feature in this. Listen. That's going to really cheese some people off. Let's take a look at the slingshot. This is actually a prohibited weapon. Where I live, do not laugh. This is the truth. There is a loophole in the law, but I'm not going to explain it online. The elastic in it is fairly slack. Let's set up a target and let's do some shooting. Okay, let's see what damage I can do. I know they're not pigs, but 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh. Coming in for the kill shot. Wow, that was a real Angry Birds game. I would have